Good morning, everyone. My name is Karen Connolly. I'm with the Scituate Board of Select Board, and it is Monday, July 26th. I'm here with Jim Boudreau, our town administrator, to provide you with our weekly update. First of all, I'd like to give the whole community good news. Heritage Days is coming, and it's starting on August 6th, and it will go until August 8th. One of the big events is the boat parade and the luminaria, which is they light up small bags with sand in them and candles, and they put them all around the harbor, and it's a lot of fun. And then various events and locations around town from August 6th till the 8th, including concerts, historic site tours, the Lawson Bell Tower concert, the Rotary Pancake Breakfast, the Harbor Methodist Church Pie Social. It's fun for everyone, and we're very happy that it is back. Jim, one thing I wanted to ask you about, something that happened yesterday. A paddle board, I believe, was found. Was it in the harbor floating? And there was some concern that something had happened to someone. Could you let us know, what happened and whether or not the paddle board had identification on it? Because if it did not, it should have.
So you're actually reading my mind. That's the number 3 on my list. Yesterday, the Scituate Police and Fire got a report of a paddleboard that had gotten loose and was found in the vicinity of the Maritime Center. Scituate Police, Fire, and Coast Guard all responded to that, looking for a potential missing person. Fortunately, despite assets from all 3 looking, we were able to ascertain that it had gotten loose. There was nobody missing. But as you said, if you have a kayak, a paddleboard, a canoe, a personal watercraft, please make sure that it is marked with identification. So if it is found, we can contact you to make sure that no one is missing. You can get stickers at the Coast Guard building. You can get stickers at the Harbor Master building. They are free. We use a lot of assets when something like this happens. It does put our first responders at risk. It puts people in the harbor at risk. So if you have a personal watercraft, go to the Harbor Master, go to the Coast Guard, get one of the stickers and mark it with your identification so that we can get in touch with you if something unfortunate happens and that watercraft gets loose.
Thank you.
So going from there, we'll start with our water update first. Of course, the water main construction on utility is complete. The testing will be finished this week, and then the crew will start hooking up the individual services. That will take some time. As we've said, utility in that area is taking a beating from all this construction. We will let the road sit for a little while, and then we'll come out and do a binder coat. And then most likely after the binder coat is done, it will sit for the winter before we do a top coat in that neighborhood. The crews are also working on the water main on Old Oak and Bucket. Old Oak and Bucket is closed through traffic, so please find another way around there. That will continue for several weeks. And after that, we'll start moving down to Brook Road. You can see behind Maria's, the pipes are already there for that project. All these projects will help with water pressure, help with fire protection, and as people I know are very interested in, will help with our brown water problems. We replace some of these very, very old pipes that are hard to clean. The total average demand for the past week was 1.386 million gallons, up slightly from 1.371 of the previous week. But for this time of year, those numbers are still low. Unfortunately, I think that's due to the bad weather. We haven't had a lot of great weather on the weekends, so the water hasn't been used as much. However, with the weather getting a little bit warmer, we are starting to see the manganese levels in the pond start to rise. As the weather gets hot, that manganese, which has been coming from well 17A for years and years, starts to concentrate in the water. It does go through our treatment plant. It could cause discolored water in the system. So we'll continue to monitor that. If our usage goes up too much or the manganese levels go up too high, we will start talking about potentially further restrictions on water use to help cure those 2 problems. The reservoir is at 2.5 plus. That's down from 4.5 the previous week. Rainfall was 0.57 inches. And a reminder, we do have a water ban on for outdoor sprinkler use. You can contact the water department and go to the website and get the particulars of that. One other thing we want residents to know, they will see equipment starting to show up, trailers and things starting to show up at the treatment plant on 3A at the Rotary this week. This is equipment to do the pilot studies on our new water treatment plant. What they do is they test various types of treatment. on our particular water to see which one will be the best for our water. And then that will be what is incorporated in the new treatment plant. We'll have some more information about that out later on in the week once that equipment starts to come in. In the past week, we've had one new COVID case. Since our last update, that's down from 2 of the previous week. However, our positivity rating is up slightly, and that's based on the positive cases for the number of people tested. It's at 0.52 for the past 14 days as opposed to 0.34 for the previous week. We are still in the gray. What we are seeing at this point is that the vast majority of cases are the new Delta variant. And that is a very contagious new variant, and is particularly impacting people in the range, unvaccinated individuals between 18 and 45. According to new CDC data, 97% of recent hospitalizations were unvaccinated patients, and 99% of recent deaths were unvaccinated patients. So if you've not gotten vaccinated at this point, call your physician, talk to your local doctor, make sure the shot's right for you, but we urge you to go out and get a shot if possible. It is not a preventative from COVID, but what we are seeing in the numbers is that if you get a shot and you do contact COVID as what's called a breakthrough case, the symptoms are mild and they do not require hospitalization, intubation, or any of the very invasive techniques that they've been using. So if the vaccine's working, we need people to go out and get vaccinated. We don't want to see a return to mask mandates coming up. So please, if you haven't been vaccinated, contact your local physician and go out and get vaccinated. Ready to talk about the paddleboard quickly. Countryway sidewalk work is going along. The contractor put in a lot of the handicap ramps that you see out there now. So we'll start, I hope this week, we'll start putting on a base coat. You will see a couple of poles that need to be moved. Right now, we're at the mercy of the electric company to get those moved. So we'll base coat around those. And then when they're taken out, we'll go back, fix them, and then do the final coat later on in the fall. Once that's done, as I said before, we'll start working on the sidewalk on Stockbridge, which will go from Stockbridge out towards First Parish and complete that loop. But when this sidewalk is done, you should be able to walk from North Scituate all the way down to the harbor and back again on a sidewalk through various locations. So that'll be a good thing. It's a big plus to get this done, and it is through the work of the engineering department of the highway, where they received a $400,000 grant from the state to do this work. If you come over to the high school, you'll see the Stephenman rink has been demolished. They are in demolition work now, taking down all the old boards, taking down the fencing. Later on this week, on Wednesday, we'll have a grinding machine out there to grind out the old asphalt, which place will put down new asphalt. Once the new asphalt is down, similar to the track, that has to sit for at least 3 weeks to get the oils out. And after that, they'll put down the coating on the new skating rink. That is scheduled to be done in September. It'll be a little disruptive for the next couple of weeks, but it should be fine when the kids go back to school. At well 17A, the green sand filter on Tech Factory Pond, we have gotten the 3-phase power into the site finally. That is a huge milestone for us. They will be connecting it to the actual facility this week, which will give the facility permanent power. That's really the next major step in this. It is not scheduled to be done until late in the fall. We are hoping to get it online earlier. This will bring about 250,000 gallons a day of good, clean water with no iron and manganese into the system. In the past, that water has been put into the reservoir. It still has the iron and manganese in it, and now we're seeing that in our water that goes through the plant. So this is a big deal for the town in terms of controlling and doing away with brown water. We'll have that new well in place. We'll have the new pipes on Old Oak and Bucket Road that will be in place, and we're starting work on the new treatment plant. So we are working on it. We think the numbers are much better, but a big milestone last week to get that power, and then we'll get it hooked up this week. We are still working down at the clubhouse at Widows Walk. If you go down there, you'll see the extent of what the building outline will be. In a nutshell, the old deck was being closed in. The clubhouse is being expanded. The pro shop will be expanded. New handicap bathrooms, new handicap accessibility, and a new restaurant will go in. We are currently on time and on budget. It is scheduled to be completed in October or November. At that time, we will then go back out to bid for a new manager of the restaurant facility, and hopefully in the spring when people go back, that'll all be done, buttoned up. We'll have a new restaurant running and people will be able to go there, not only to play golf, but get something to eat. Excuse me. If you haven't been out there, the golf course is in fantastic shape. The one good thing about the rain is the grass is growing. The course looks good, so get out and enjoy it. Under all circumstances right now, you don't have to wear masks outside, so it's a good place to get out, get some exercise. I know it can be frustrating, trust me, I know, but the course is in good shape, so please try to get out and use our golf course. Finally, one more reminder, the new sewer regulations are in place to help prevent backups and I&I. Similar to Title V inspection, when you, before sale, at the time of sale or transfer of property, a video inspection is required for all properties with a sewer service constructed out of clay, cast iron, or asbestos concrete. This will ensure that the connection is safe, secure, and not leaking. Also, any new sewer lines installed in areas influenced by the tide will need to be wrapped, which is a process that your installer will understand. The details are available on the town website under DPW and the sewer department. And that's what I have for this morning.
Very good, Jim. Well, I think that wraps it up for today, and I hope everyone enjoys the upcoming week, and we'll see you next week.